Now, now it is coming clear. 7 upon 3, this is mixed fraction 2 is to 1 upon 3. 6 upon 5 is 1 is to 1 upon 5, mixed fraction. So you will divide the number line between 2 and 3 into 3 equal parts. There you will divide the number line between 1 and 2 into 5 equal parts. Mixed fraction 6 upon 5 means 1 is to 1 upon 5. Now what? Now it is coming clear. What is not clear? Wait. Now second. Let us start second. One is to 1 upon 5. Fraction means numerator upon denominator. Numerator upon denominator, and it is 1 is to 1 by 5. Mixed fraction means it is 1 6 upon 5. In mixed fraction, numerator will be greater than denominator. Numerator is 6, it is greater than denominator. So at that I can write in the mixed fraction. Now second, represent the following. Represent the following. Represent the following decimals. Represent the following decimals. Following decimals on the number line. Represent the following decimals on the number line. Represent the following decimals on the number line. First it is 0.3. First it is 0.3. Yes, I will remove both of you from the group. See, there should not be any such comment. You are sitting in the live lecture of the classroom. You cannot pass such comment to each other. Next time I will not allow both of you to admit. Please mute the microphone. How you can have a personal discussion in the live lecture? Please parent, please take care that your child should not. It is very much clear. It is very much clear. Now write 0.3. We have to write decimal. Right. We have to write decimal representation of 0.3. Decimal representation of 0.3. So 0.3. 0.3 I can write 3 upon 10. Yes. 0.3 I can write 3 upon 10. 0.3 I can write 3 upon 10. Because after decimal, after decimal there is how many digits? There are how many digits after decimal? 1 digit. So when I want to remove this decimal, in denominator I will write 10. After decimal 1 digit, so when you remove the decimal, denominator it will be 10. After decimal 2 digit, when you remove the decimal, denominator it will be 100. After decimal 3 digit, denominator it will be 1000. So after decimal there is 1 digit, so denominator it will be 10. So 0.3 is same as 3 upon 10. Yes, so 100, denominator it will be 100. Yes. Now let us see. Let me explain 0.3. Let me explain this part. Suppose it is 0.5. After decimal there is 1 digit, so I can write 5 upon 10. suppose it is 0.2, 0.25, it is 0.25, it is 0.25. Yes, it is coming very much clear. Now suppose it is 3 upon 10. Suppose it is 0.25. After decimal there are how many digits? 2 digits. So I can write 25 upon 100. Suppose after decimal there are 3 digits, so I can write 135 upon 1000. 1000. Yes. Wait. So 0.3 after decimal, if there is 1 digit, denominator you will write 10. After decimal there are 2 digits. When you remove the decimal, in denominator it will be 100. After decimal there are 3 digits. When you remove the decimal, in denominator it will be 1000. Yes. If there is no digit, then there is no question of removing the decimal, and there is no question of taking 10 or 100 in the denominator. If there is no yes. You will see here. So, yes. Okay. Next time definitely Narpat Kumar, I will not admit. This is my announcement. Narpat Kumar will not be admitted next time. So 0.3, I can write 3 upon 10. 3 upon 10. Now here numerator is smaller than denominator. Denominator is bigger. So this is proper fraction. So no, 3 upon 10. 3 upon 10. Now what I have to do? I have to divide the number line. We have to divide the number line between 0 and 1. Yes, we have to divide the number line between 0 and 1. 0 and 1. We have to divide the number line between 0 and 1 into how many parts? How many equal parts? Denominator is 10. So we have to divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts. So 0, I can write 0 upon 10, then 1 upon 10, 2 upon 10, 3 upon 10, 4 upon 10, 5 upon 10. So we have to divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts. Then 5. Yes. 6 upon 10, 7 upon 10. 8 upon 10, 9 upon 10. Then 10 upon 10. 10 upon 10 is same as 1. So 3 upon 10. This is my 3 upon 10. This is my 0.3. This is my number 0.3, which I can write 3 upon 10. So we write the explanation. We divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts. We divide the number line. We divide the number line between 0 and 1. We divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts. Such that each part is equal to 1 upon 10. Each part is 1 upon 10, 1 upon 10, 1 upon 10, 1 upon 10, 1 upon 10. Each part is equal to 1 upon 10. Each part is equal to 1 upon 10. So 0.3 after decimal there is one digit. So this I can write 3 upon 10. So 3 upon 10. So we divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts. 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts. Zero and 1 into 10 equal parts. So 0.3. Yes. Yes, we divide. Yes, explanation is over. We divide the number line. We divide the number line between 0 and 1. Yes. Yes. 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts, such that each part is equal to 1 upon 10, 1 upon 10. The width of each part is 1 upon 10. No break. We are already going slow. My dear, it is coming clear. See, those who are saying, no, in my mobile it is very much clear, in laptop also it is clear. You see the adjustment of your mobile phone. Now, A part we have, yes. A part we have done. Yes, it is very much clear. Yes. This is, see here, this is what the education must give us, the honesty. Honesty must be there in any work which we do. Then only there is the real meaning of education. If there is no honesty, there is no truthness. Two characteristics must be developed whenever you are getting the education. One is truth, other is honesty. Yes, so truth and honesty must be there in every student as well as in every individual. Ask. Wait. Ask. No. See, 0.3. 0.3 means after decimal. Before decimal, if it is 12.5, it does not matter. We are not interested in the digit before decimal. We are interested in the digit after decimal. Before decimal, where upon 100, upon 10. No. See here, it is 12.5. You will write 125 after decimal. After decimal, there are how many digits? One digit. So you will write 125 upon 10. 125 upon 10. Because you have to see the digit. You have to see the digit after decimal, not before decimal. After decimal, there are how many digits? That much zero you have to write in the denominator. Wait, let us. B 0.6. Yes. No comment now. Yes. C. Yes. 0.6. B part. C part is 0.7. Yes. No comment. 0.6. 0.6 B part. Yes, don't send anything. 0.6. 0.6 is 6 upon 10. Then 0.77 upon 10. B and C both are homework. Yes, mute the microphone. Mute the microphone. Mute the microphone. B and C are both are homework. 0.6 I can write 6 upon 10. 0.7 I can write 7 upon 10. Yes. So 0.6, not 1 to 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0. See, you talk about this question BS, huh? 100 parts, 100 parts. Yes. Whatever is the denominator, you have to divide the number line into that much equal parts. Whatever is the denominator. No, you have to see the denominator. Denominator, whatever is there in the denominator, that number of equal parts you have to divide. Now B and C are homework. Now let us do D part. Minus 0.2. Minus 0.2. Minus 0.2. We'll see. Minus 0.2. I can write minus 2 upon 10. Minus 2 upon 10. Are you getting? Are you following? Minus 2 upon 10. Because see, after decimal there are how many digits? After decimal there are how many digits? 1 digit. Yes, clear. After decimal there are how many digits? 1. So this I can write, I will remove the decimal, so it will be minus 2 upon 10. Now minus 2 upon 10, this is negative number. So this will lie between 0 to minus 1. So I will divide the number line between 0 to minus 1 into 10 equal parts. I will divide the number line between 0 to minus 1. 0 to minus 1 into 10 equal parts, because the number is negative. So 0 to minus 1 into 10 equal parts. 0 to minus 1 into 10 equal parts. So this will be 0 I can write 0 upon 10. Then this is minus 1 upon 10, minus 2 upon 10, minus 3 upon 10, minus 4 upon 10, minus 5 upon 10, minus 6 upon 10, minus 6 upon 10, minus 7 upon 10, minus 8 upon 10. Right. This is minus 2 upon 10. Then minus 8 upon 10, minus 9 upon 10, then minus 10 upon 10 is nothing but minus 1. Minus 10 upon 10 is minus 1. So this minus 0.2 is minus 2 upon 10. This is my decimal number. Minus 2 upon 10. 0.2. So we divide this into 10 equal parts. But the number is negative. So I will divide the number line. Now we write the explanation after this. We write the explanation. We divide the number line. We divide the number line between 0 to minus 1. Write this 0 to minus 1 into 10 equal parts, because the denominator is 10. So into 10 equal parts. such that each part is equal to minus 1 upon 10. Each part is equal to minus 1 upon 10. So minus 0.2 means the number is negative, and after decimal there is one digit. The number is negative and after decimal there is one digit, so minus sign will remain minus. Then when you remove the decimal, it will be 2 upon 10, because after decimal there is one digit, so denominator it will be 10. So minus 2 upon 10. Now the denominator is 10. So I will divide the number line between 0 to minus 1 into 10 equal parts, such that each part is equal to minus 1 upon 10. Yes. Yes. Wait. No discussion. Yes. No discussion. Yes. No discussion. See, I did not ask. Please mute the microphone. Yes. Who is doing that? Mute the microphone. Please mute the microphone. Mute the microphone. Now, E part is minus 0.5. Then F minus 0.9. Yes, minus 0.9. Let me give both as homework. Because 0.5 you will write minus 5 upon 10. And this you will write minus 9 upon 10. So divide the number line between 0 to minus 1 into 10 equal parts. Yes. Where, because each part is equal to minus 1 upon 10. The length of each part, this is minus 1 upon 10 length. The length of each part is minus 1 upon 10. Yes. Arey, please don't discuss anything. Now let us solve minus 1.9. Yes. Now let us solve minus 1.9. Please mute the microphone. Let us solve minus 1.9. Right. Let us solve. Okay, G part minus 1.5. Let us take. No, G part 1.5. G part is 1.5. Let us take. G part is 1.5. Yes. G part is 1.5. Yes. So G part is 1.5. Yes. No, no, E, F is homework, E and F are homework, G I will do. 1.5. So write this 1.5. What you will write up? Write 1.5. Yes. So wait, 1.5 I will write 15 upon 10. Yes, I will write 15 upon 10. So I will divide, it is 1 point. 1 point means it is more than 1. 1 point means it is more than 1. So I will divide the number line between 1 and 2 into 10 equal parts. I will divide the number line between, yes, I will divide the number line between 1 and 2 into 10 equal parts. I will divide the number line between 1 and 2 into 10 equal parts because it is 1.5. So it is greater than 1. It is greater than 1 and it is less than 2. So I will divide the number line between 15 upon 10, not 15. Not 15. See, it is not 15. It is 1 point. 1 point means this number is greater than 1. 1 point means it is greater than 1. So I will divide the number line between 1 and 2. Ask. Not 15. No, you will not take 15. You will divide the number line between 1 and 2 because it is 1 point. No. 1 point. 1 point means it is more than 1 and it is less than 2. So I will divide the number line between 1 and 2. Yes, I will divide the number line between 1 and 2. So somewhere you can take 1. I can divide the number line between 1 and 2 into 10 equal parts. 1 and 2. So this is 1. You can do that, no problem. So 1, then it is 1 upon 10. Then it is 2 upon 10. Then it is 3 upon 10. So it is 1. Yes. See here. This see this is you will write, this you will write 1 means wait, let me explain. 1 I can write 10 upon, no, the same part I am writing, 1 I will write 10 upon 10. What is this my 1? 10 upon 10. 1 means 10 upon 10, no. Then next is 11 upon 10. Then next is 12 upon 10. Just add 1 0, no. 1, you have written 1 upon 10, write 1. Then you have written 2 upon 10, write 1. So 11 upon 10, 12 upon 10, 13 upon 10, 14 upon 10, 15 upon 10, 16 upon 10, 17 upon 10, 18 upon 10, 10 equal parts, 19 upon 10, then last is 20 upon 20, 20 upon 10. No, see, because, no, see here, wait, my dear, we write 1 upon 10, 2 upon 10, 3 upon 10, when we divide the number line between 0 and 1, no. When we divide the number line between 0 and 1, we take 1 upon 10, 2 upon 10, 3 upon 10, 4 upon 10. But now we are dividing the number line between 1 and 2. We are dividing the number line between 1 and 2. So instead of 1 upon 10, 2 upon 10, I will take 11 upon 10, 12 upon 10, 13 upon 10. Yes. Yes. So this is 11 upon 10. 11 upon 10 is same as 0. It is same as 1.1. 11 upon 10 is same as 1.1. 12 upon 10 is same as 1.2. 30. 13 1.3. 14 upon 10 1.4. 15 upon 10 1.5. 16 upon 10 1.6. 17 1.7. 1.8. 19 upon 10 1.9. and 20 upon 10 is 2. So this is my number line 1.5 or 15 upon 10. So this you remember, when we divide the number line between 0 and 1, then we take 1 upon 10, 2 upon 10, 3 upon 10, 4 upon 10. But when we divide the number line between 1 and 2, instead of 1 upon 10, I will take 11 upon 10, 12 upon 10, 13 upon 10, 14 upon 10. Because 1 is same as 10 upon 10. 1 is same as 10 upon 10. So after 10, 11 upon 10, 12 upon 10, 13 upon 10. So now we write the explanation. We write the explanation for this. Yes, we divide the number line. Yes, mute the microphone. We divide the number line between 1 and 2 into 10 equal parts, such that each part is equal to 1 upon 10. Each part is equal to 1 upon 10. We write plus 1 upon 10 because number is positive. Number is positive. Number is positive, so we take, yes. We divide the number line between 1 to 2 into 10 equal parts. Yes. Just send me the name of that student on my personal WhatsApp number after the period. Yes. Don't tell me the name right now. You can send me the name after period gets over. Yes. No comment. Nobody will tell the name of anybody. Whatever suggestions you want to give me, that you can give me on my WhatsApp, personal WhatsApp number. You can give me the suggestion. G 1.5. 1.5 means it is greater than 1 and less than 2. So I will divide the number line between 1 and 2 into 10 equal parts. So 1 I can write 10 upon 10. So after 10, 11 upon 10, 12 upon 10, 13 upon 10, 14 upon 10. Last it will be 20 upon 10, which is 2. And the number is positive, so I have represented this number on the right side, on the right of 0. Now H is minus 1.9. H is minus 1.9. H is 1.9. Okay. Minus 1.9. You are not paying attention to the study. You are making yourself involved in sending me some information. That's only. Instead of sending me the information, you should focus on the content which are there on the board and understanding. So minus 1.9, let us solve. Minus 1.9, this minus 1.9 I can write minus 19 upon 10. Where after decimal there is one digit. So when I will remove the decimal, it will be 10, minus 19 upon 10. Again it is minus. It is minus. So I will divide the number line between minus 1 and minus 2, because it is minus 1 point. I will divide the number line between minus 1 and minus 2, because it is negative. So I will divide the number line, yes, we divide the number line between minus 1 and minus 2. We divide the number line between minus 1 and minus 2. Between minus 1 and minus 2. So let us draw the number line. Yes. Yes. It is minus 1 point. So this is not 20 centimeter. You can start from you can start from minus 1. You can start from minus 1. This is my minus 1. Then this side it will be minus 2, no? It will be minus 2 this side. It will be minus 2 on the other side. Yes. It will be minus 2. Yes, it is clear. Minus 2 will be on this left side. So see, not 20 centimeter. You start from minus 1. No, you have to take 10 centimeter only. You start from minus 1. Start from minus 1. No. This is minus 1. This minus 1 I can write minus 10 upon 10. Minus 10 upon 10. Then I will go up to minus 2. Minus 1 and minus 2. So minus 10 upon 10. Then minus 11 upon 10. Minus 12 upon 10. Minus 13 upon 10. Minus 14 upon 10. Minus 15 upon 10. Minus 16 upon 10. Minus 17 upon 10. 17 upon 10. Minus 18 upon 10. Minus 19 upon 10. And last is minus 20 upon 10. Minus 20 upon 10. This is my minus 2. Last part is minus 2. Last is minus 2. So minus 11 upon 10 I can write minus 1.1. Minus 12 upon 10 I can write minus 1.2. Minus 13 upon 10 I can write minus 1.3. Minus 14 upon 10 minus 1.4. Minus 15 upon 10 minus 1.5. Minus 16 upon 10 minus 1.6. Minus 17 upon 10 minus 1.7. Minus 1.8. Minus 1.9. And this is my number. This second last is my number, minus 1.9 or minus 19 upon 10. Yes. Second last number is minus 19 upon 10. Minus 19 upon 10 minus, yes. Now we divide the number line between, yes, between which numbers? Tell me. Yes, minus 1 and minus 2. Between minus 1 and minus 2 into 10 equal parts, such that each part is equal to minus 1 upon 10. If the number is negative, the length of each part will be minus 1 upon 10. Each part is equal to, yes, each part is equal to minus 1 upon 10. Each part is equal to minus 1 upon 10. Yes. Now two more sums are there which I am going to give homework. I part is minus 1.3 and J part is minus 1.7. So both I am giving homework. I is minus 1. Yes, great. I is minus 1.3. Yes, it is clear. Yes. I is minus 1.3 and J is minus 1.7. Now it is clear? Yes. Here yes. Yes. This one. This part you have to write. This is the explanation, no? This is the explanation part. You have to write. Yes. I and J both are homework. No, minus 13 upon 10, no? Yes, same way. Minus, yes, correct. Yes. Where I had given also. No, this second J part is over. Second it is up to J. Now we have to do third one. Adding the fraction using number line. 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to 6. So we are going to start third. Yes, over. We are going to start third. Add the following fraction using number line. Yes, this explanation part you have to write. This explanation you have to write there. We divide the number line between minus 1 and minus 2 into 10 equal parts. That you have to write. I and J, they are same. This I will write 13 upon 10, no? This I will write minus 13 upon 10. Then we divide the number line between minus 1 and minus 2 into 10 equal parts. Minus 1.7 is same as minus 17 upon 10. It is minus 1 point. So I will divide the number line between minus 1 and minus 2 into 10 equal parts. You will get the same answer. Yes. Now let us, this part is over, let us start. Now let us write fast. This is what? This. Yes, you're right. Because we have to complete this third part, addition of fraction. Third, there are 4 sums. Yes, third, there are 4 sums, and now rest part are is. Yes, does not matter. If you understand one problem, you can solve any number of problems. That understanding is more important. Wait. Let us start third. Yes, no comment. Add the following fractions. Add the following fractions using number line. Add the following fractions. Add the following fractions using number line. Using the number line, we have to add the fractions. Using the number line, we have to add the fractions. Now first A is 3 by 5. 3 by 5 plus 1 upon 5. 3 by 5 plus 1 upon 5. So there are two fractions. Wait. It is 3 by Yes, we have to draw. Using number line we have to solve this, no? So 3 by 5 plus 1 upon 5. There are two fractions. 3 by 5 and 1 by 5. Wait. 3 by 5 and 1 by 5. What is the denominator? Yes, tell me. What is the denominator? 5. Denominator is 5. Denominator is 5. So I will divide the number line and see 3 upon 5. If denominator is bigger, remember this. If denominator is bigger than numerator, now numerator is small. So this fraction will lie between 0 and 1. Denominator is bigger than numerator, so this fraction will lie between 0 and 1. 3 upon 5. Wait. 3 upon 5. Wait, we will understand step by step. Wait, nobody will pass any comment in between. Let me explain. 3 upon 5. Denominator is 5. Denominator is 5. Denominator is bigger than numerator. So this fraction 3 upon 5 will lie between 0 and 1. Second thing, 1 upon 5. Numerator is small. Denominator is bigger. So if denominator is bigger, this fraction will lie between 0 and 1. So 3 upon 5 and 1 upon 5. Right. 3 upon 5. If denominators are different, then I will make denominator equal by taking LCM. Yes. J is minus 1.7. J is minus 1.7. Right. So 3 upon 5 and 1 upon 5. Right. Both fractions. Both fractions. Both fractions lies between 0 and 1. Lies between 0 and 1. Both fractions lies between 0 and 1. Both fractions lie between 0 and 1. See, 3 upon 5, my dear, 3 upon 5. Now denominator is bigger, 5. So this fraction will lie between 0 and 1. And so we divide the number line. Yes, we divide the number line. We divide the number line between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1. We divide the number line between 0 and 1 into how many parts? Tell me. We divide the number line between 0 and 1 into how many parts? Tell me. What is the denominator? 5. So into 5 equal parts. Into 5 equal parts. Such that each part is equal to 1 upon 5. Each part is equal to 1 upon 5. Each part is equal to 1 upon 5. Yes. So now let us draw the number line. Let us draw the number line. Yes. We divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts. Yes, right. 0 I can write 0 upon 5. Then 1 upon 5. Then 2 upon 5. Then 3 upon 5. then 4 upon 5. We have to divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts. So this 1 I can write 5 upon 5. 5 upon 5. Yes, wait. Yes, it is very much clear, right? Yes, right. So let us explain. 3 upon 5. 3 upon 5. Where you will see 3 upon 5? Yes. How you will reach 3 upon 5? Tell me. How you will reach 3 upon 5? From 0, I will move 3 steps. I will move 3 steps to the right. Yes. Yes, write the number line. Yes, you can write after statement. No problem. First I will represent the number fraction 3 upon 5. So 3 upon 5, this is my 3 upon 5. I will move 3 steps to the right of 0. Yes. 0, 3 steps to the right of 0. 1 step, 2 step. Yes. No. You don't have to circle. This I have just explained. For explanation, I have made circle. You don't. Yes, no problem. Even if you do the circle, I will move 3 steps to the right. So right. After this we write. Yes. After this we write to represent 3 upon 5. How you will represent 3 upon 5? Tell me. How you will represent 3 upon 5? To represent 3 upon 5, from 0, I will move 3 steps to the right directly. To represent 3 upon 5, we move 3 steps. We move 3 steps to the right of 0 directly. We move 3 steps to the. No, you have to write. After this, after this you have to write this. To represent 3 upon. No problem. Even if you have drawn the number line between, no problem. After that you write. How you will represent 3 upon 5? 3 upon 5 is plus number, positive number. So from 0, I will move 3 steps to the right. I will get 3 upon 5. Then to add 1 upon 5 to it. To add 1 upon 5 to it. Yes. To add 1 upon 5 to it. What you will do? Tell me. Now you have to make a jump. No. How you will go to left? The number is having plus sign. Right. We will make one jump. To the right, because it is 1 upon 5. Now from there, I will make one jump. To the right. Where we reach? 4 upon 5. Yes. Let me write. This is my first step. And this is my second step. So to add 1 upon 5 to it, we make one jump. We make one jump to the right of. We make one jump to the right of 3 upon 5 to reach the point. To reach the point 4 upon 5. To reach the point 4 upon 5. Yes, to reach the point 4 upon 5. To reach the point 4 upon 5, and this is our answer. So 3 upon 5 plus 1 upon 5 is 4 upon 5. So finally we reach the point. So 3 upon 5 plus 1 upon 5 is 4 upon 5. And this is our answer. Yeah. Yes. Because see, now you only have to, yes, wait, you only have to give me answer. 3 upon 5, 3 is numerator, 5 is denominator. Which is bigger? 5. So denominator is bigger. So whenever denominator will be bigger, that number will lie between 0 and 1. If it is positive. If it is positive, yes, then it will be beyond 1. It will be beyond 1. Yes, not 1, 2. It can be 2, 3 also, but it will be after 1. 1 upon 5. 1 upon 5. What is my denominator? 5. Which is bigger? Denominator is bigger. So this number will lie between 0 and 1. Is it clear? Then we divide the number line between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts, because denominator is 5. Denominator is 5. So I will divide that into 5 equal parts. Yes. Yes. Each part, what is length of each part? 1 upon 5, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 5. Yes. Very good. Right. Very good, right. Yes, no comment. So this is the answer. 3 upon 5 plus 1 upon 5 is 4 upon 5. First I will, to represent 3 upon 5, I will move 3 steps to the right of 0. Then to add 1 upon 5, I will make one jump to the right of 3 upon 5. We make one. Yes, wait. That we'll see. Wait. B is 2 upon 7 plus 3 upon 7. 2 upon 7 plus 3 upon 7. Then C part is 1 upon 4 plus 3 upon 4. 1 upon 4 plus 3 upon 4. Then D part is 2 upon 9 plus 5 upon 9. 2 upon. You tell me, you suggest what I should do. I should do 1. 2 I should give homework. 2. Wait. Let me give. Wait. Let me give B and C homework. If denominator is bigger, then that fraction will lie between 0 and 1. 2 upon 7, denominator is bigger, so 0 and 1. 3 upon 7, denominator is bigger, so 0 and 1. So both the fraction lie between 0 and 1. Here also denominator is bigger, so both the fraction will lie between 0 and 1. Here also denominator is bigger, so both the fraction will lie between 0 and 1. Wait. No. See here. See here, if the denominator is bigger and the number has plus sign, then that number will lie between 0 and 1. If the denominator is bigger and that number has minus sign, then that number will lie between 0 and minus 1. If that no, see, it depends on the number. For example, let me illustrate. Yes, this I will divide into 7 equal parts. This I will divide into 4 equal parts. This I will divide into 9 equal parts. You have to see the denominator and then divide the number between 0 and 1 into that much equal parts. Let us take one example. See here. See, just now one of you asked a doubt. Let us take one question. 16. Wait. 16. See here, 16 upon 11. 16 upon 11, this I can write 1:5 upon 11. Wait. Then 29 upon 14. This I can write 2:1 upon 14. Now see, now in both the in both the case, now my numerator is bigger. So what I will do? This is 1. So this number will lie between 1 and 2. 29 upon 14. This is 2. Is to 1 upon. So this no. You don't have to write. I am just explaining. Somebody asked the question. This number will lie between 2 and 3. This number will lie between 1 and 2. So what I am telling? No. There is a fixed rule. Yes. There is a fixed rule. If yes, D also homework. Okay, take D as homework. Yes, take D as homework. Now let us start fourth. Find the difference. Now fourth question. Okay. Yes, ask the doubt. Yes. Ask the question. Yes. 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 Correct. Because in that case, numerator was bigger than denominator. So that I have written in form of mixed fraction. Yes. Yes. If it is 2, you can take exactly 2, no? You can take exactly 2, not between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. If it is 2, you will take exactly 2. Are you getting? No. Don't type that in the chat box. Send me on the WhatsApp number. Send me on the WhatsApp number. Yes. Now let us do D part. Let us see. Let me explain D part. D part. Divide the number line between 0 and 1. 0 and 1 into 9 equal parts. So 0 upon 9 is 0. Then 1 upon 9. Then 2 upon 9. Then 3 upon 9. No. D I am explaining. 4 upon. Wait, how you can leave? It is still time is there. 6 upon 9. Still time is there. I am just explaining. You have to write afterwards. 8 upon 9, 9 upon 9, 9 upon 9, which is 1. No, I am just explaining. So this is how you will represent 2 upon 9. To represent 2 upon 9, yes. So 2 upon 9, I will move 2 steps to the right. 2 steps to the right of 0. 2 upon 9. So this is my first step. To reach 2 upon 9, yes, this I am just explaining. Then to add 5 upon 9, I will make 5 jump to the right. I will make 5 jump to the right. So this is my 1 jump, 2nd jump, 3rd jump, 4th jump, 5th jump. So where we reach the point 7 upon 9. So answer will be 7 upon 9. Yes. Yes. Yes, very good. Yes, then I will make 3 jump. No, not move 3 step. Not move 3 step. I will make 3 jump to the right. Yes, answer will be 5 upon 7. Yes. D is 7 upon 9. Just now I had explained. 2 upon 9. Then to add 5 upon 9, I will make 5 jump. So 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump, 4 jump, 5 jump. 7 upon 9 is the answer. C1, see here, C1, divide the number line between 0 to 1 into 4 equal parts. So 1 upon 4, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 4, and this is 4 upon 4, 1. So 1 upon 4 is this, 1 step to the right. Then I will make 3 jump. So 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. Where we reach? We reach the point 1. This is the answer. 4 upon 4 is same as 1. 4 upon 4 is same as 1. Yes. See, 4 upon 4 is same as 1. Yes, this you have to write. Now see the C part. 0 upon 4, 0, 1 upon 4, 2 upon 4, I am writing there. 3 upon 4, 4 upon 4. 4 upon 4 is 1. I am writing the C part. Then how you will represent 1 upon 4? I will make 1 step to the right. I will move 1 step to the right, 1 upon 4. Then for 3 upon 4, I will make 3 jump. So 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. Where we reach? 4 upon 4. 4 upon 4 is same as 1. 4 upon 4 is same as 1. Yes, so answer of this will be 4 upon 4, or you can write 1. Both are correct. Yes. If it is 11:20, you can start living. Bye everybody. Do the homework. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow we'll see the problem of subtraction. Yes, you do the homework properly without fail. If you don't do the homework, you will not get the practice. Yes. So maths, a practice is must. Bye. Maths, a practice is must. If you don't do practice, yes. Bye. Yes, everybody has left the group. Anybody is writing? Yes, yes, you can write.